American citizenship has its perks. EU citizenship definitely has some benefits. Singapore, Dubai, Japan. How about applying for citizenship off-planet though? Ever dreamt of what a real-life Elysium would be like? A real-life ring world? Well, it's happening. Asgardia hopes to become the first space nation, and currently citizenship and residency are surprisingly cheap and accessible. With noble and lofty ambitions, the tiny nation-state of Asgardia explains that it will protect Earth from environmental threats, such as asteroids and solar flares, and in the process facilitate a model of peace for countries of the world. Scientists and legal experts of the project unveiled their proposal for the world's first space nation, Asgardia, that showed a basic model of habitation and reiterated the nation's capacity to defend Earth and foster peace. Amongst its ambitions, Asgardia intends on becoming a member of the United Nations. In fact, it has already finished creating its own flag, anthem, coat of arms, and constitution. Dubbed Asgardia and in reference to the mythological home of the Norse gods, its team explains that Asgardia intends to offer an independent platform free from the constraints of disempowering earthly laws, and to become a place in orbit that is truly no man's land. Whatever that may mean, the true land of the free perhaps. After applying for legal recognition as a member state of the UN, Asgardia's first project is to launch one of its satellites into orbit, perhaps as a sort of symbolic act. The large plans for the ring world-like Elysium habitat have not been planned yet. In a telephone interview, Igor Asher-Bailey, the Russian billionaire and project lead, stated that, at the outset, citizens of the nation will continue to reside on Earth. However, they will be a citizen of their own country. At the same time, they will be citizens of Asgardia. Eventually, when the number of applications exceeds 100,000, they will officially apply to the UN for status of state. The project website explains that any human living on Earth can become a citizen of Asgardia. Actually, users can fill in a simple registration form to become residents for free. Citizens require making a small donation. Though residency and citizenship may be an easy feat now, Asher-Bailey insists that once the nation is recognized as a UN member state, citizenship may become more competitive. Asher-Bailey, a Russian businessman and nanoscientist who also founded the Vienna-based Aerospace International Research Center, is currently chairman of UNESCO's Science of Space Committee. Asher-Bailey also explains the project's main aim is to establish regulations surrounding the laws, activity, and sovereignty for future space nations. While a space habitat is also important to establish, first the legal framework must be created that will allow the nation to exist. Currently, the Outer Space Treaty states that all nation space-related material is the responsibility and liability of the nation-state that produced the material. There really is no law restricting nation-exclusive ventures. However, Asgardia differs as they are a space nation, not a typical land-based and liable nation. If Asgardia gets its way with the UN, the project will set a new precedent for hopeful space states. However, analysts have trouble understanding how Asgardia will fit into the current body of international regulation, acknowledging the outdated nature of the Outer Space Treaty of the 1960s. While Asgardia has its share of skeptics that doubt everything from the nation's ability to get UN recognition to the organization's ability to raise capital funds to establish a habitat, regardless of the skeptics and analysts, most agree that it is an exciting new development that could become the world's first sovereign habitat in space. Again, exact details about the project's proposals are limited and vague in their scope, but Asher-Bailey affirms that the project's main aim is to be an ally of Earth and not a competitor, insisting that it will have the capacity to defend Earth from natural and artificial threats such as space junk and even asteroids.